Welcome to this live session today. The topic is perfectionism, fear disguised as excellence. If you are one that is constantly efforting to be perfect, to be right, to do everything right all the time, and you know that you are overthinking, you know that you get anxious when you feel that everything must be right and everything must be done in this way. You know that it's exhausting, but at the same time, you can't let go. If you feel that way, then you have arrived at the right session. And for those who catch the recording, then you found this video at the right time when you're ready to heal and let go. Until we wish to let go, until we bring our realization to the fact that this is what I'm doing and it's not serving me in the way that I want to grow, and this is holding me back, or this is keeping me in this space, in this limited space, and I need to let go. And that's the time you find the right guidance, the right teaching. So whenever you find this video, it's the right time for you. Perfectionism may feel like it's high standards and discipline to some people, but often underneath it lies fear, self-judgment, and emotional exhaustion. I know, I've been there for many years, always fixated on that I'm right. I know it. And yes, I may have known it, I may have been right, but it is exhausting to function from that space, always wanting to be right, always trying to be right. Or even if you're not wanting to be right, just feeling that you know it, you're right. You could be in a situation where you're in a group of people. Let's say you have a group of friends or association or some social group, and where you pull in your minds and your ideas, and but you often feel that the ideas that you are providing, you're offering to the group are such great ideas, and you're right about some of the views and the opinions you have about certain issues that you're discussing in the group, and you feel so strongly about that feeling that you're right. And yes, you may well be right. You may well be right. But it is exhausting when it is met with the energies from the others around you thinking differently, or they have different ideas, which is not in alignment with what you feel or what you think. And then the clash happens, and then you want to enforce or impose your idea, and then it becomes really exhausting. Because if you can imagine the energy, here you are, you're sitting thinking that this is all good, I'm doing for the good of all, and I am right, and this idea, these ideas that I have are absolutely perfect, and they may well be perfect. And the other person or people across the table think otherwise, and they have different ideas. So the energies, if you think in terms of energy, they're just going to clash because you are different, what you're saying to what they're saying. And so when energy clash happens, you're trying to then push back even furthermore, push into them furthermore. So, and then they will push back. As you push in, they will push back more. And so this pull and push happens energetically, and it is exhausting for the human body. It is exhausting mentally and emotionally. And then you react with anger, and you sometimes, maybe you walk out of the scene because you are enraged about, you're furious about the situation. So you just walk out and you say, I'm never going to see them again, or I'm not going to speak to him or her. So when you walk out in such situations, what have you done? Bringing that realization back to ourselves. The only person that is being affected by this whole situation of me trying to be perfect and trying to be right. That anger that has been triggered, that rage that has been triggered within me, is only me. The only person that's being affected by it is me. And so when we feel the need to be right all the time, and yes, we may well be right, but it's not about being right all the time. And so when we try to be that, certain people who must keep their house in perfect order all the time. It must be clean and in perfect order, no mess anywhere all the time. And while that is a very good thing to do energetically, we must keep our living space clean and in order. But sometimes some people can be obsessive about it to get everything perfect. And then the way they dress, the way they look, everything must be perfect. And the ideas, everything must be perfect. And people should accept it the way it is, the way I am saying. You should accept it the way I'm saying. And that's where it comes from. But the underlying energy, where is it coming from? Why do I need to be validated that you are so right? Why do I need people to say that? Why do you need people to say and accept your ideas as the right one? Where is it coming from? Let's go deeper. The need to be right, the need to be perfect all the time, that people see me as this perfect person all the time, that I do everything perfectly all the time, is coming from deep-rooted fear. The fear of, if I am not perfect, this is a very simple truth, the fear of, if I am not perfect, then people are not going to like me. If my house is not perfect, if my job is not perfect, if my clothing, the way I dress up is not perfect, the way I do things, the way I look, the way I, whatever it is that we tell ourselves, if I am not perfect, then people are not going to like me. The fear of not being liked, the fear of being judged. Self-judgment. People may not really judge you, but you are already judging yourself. The moment you think that others are going to judge you because of what you're doing or how you present yourself or your ideas, at that moment, the first information that is being triggered is within ourselves, that I am thinking that they are going to judge me. It's not they are judging me, but I'm thinking they're going to judge me, and therefore I must behave and do this in this way. So it's coming from deep-rooted insecurities of needing to be accepted in society, amongst our friends, families, that people should know my worth, that when I'm saying I'm right, I am right because I know so much, that needing to be accepted as the one who knows, to be validated as the one who is right, who is perfect. And if you don't accept what I'm saying, if you don't agree with me, then I get angry. Then I get furious. You see where it's coming from. So perfectionism is coming from that deep-rooted fear, the self-judgment, causing ourselves so much emotional exhaustion. And yes, it is exhausting to be right all the time, to look good all the time, to look perfect all the time, to have this perfect family or perfect house, perfect job, perfect whatever, life, perfect holidays, perfect life. It is exhausting to portray oneself. And nowadays it is a trend. People do it. It is habit, a cultural habit it has become now, where people go on social media to show and portray their perfect life. And most of the time it's stemming from the need to be accepted, the need to be validated, the need to be considered the perfect one. So when we really go deep within, where is this need for perfectionism, the need to be right all the time? Where is it coming from? Make it a habit to check in, to do a self-inquiry often, just sitting in stillness, closing your eyes, and just checking in, where is it coming from? Maybe it's coming from a childhood wound. Maybe it's coming from a recent wound. But whatever it is coming from somewhere that we didn't know, something that we were connected to, some underlying emotion that we didn't know that it was connected to. So do a check-in as a habit once in a while. Where is it coming from? If you suddenly feel that you're pushing too hard to get it right, you're efforting too much, that I must put these ideas across, I must let them know that I'm right, I must send this message. If you feel that you're pushing and efforting too much and doing too much, just step back. Because it creates a lot of anxiety. When we're trying to push hard onto others, impose our ideas that is right, that is perfect, it is exhausting for our mental faculties. It is exhausting for our bodies. It is exhausting for our nervous system, because you're constantly thinking about it. Because once you've put the ideas across and it's not accepted, whether it's your partner and you say, I'm right, I'm doing this because I'm right, I'm doing this for our good, you know I'm right, and the other person is not accepting. But as you try to push too much towards the other person, you're trying to impose your righteousness or your rightness, at that moment it gets exhausting for the nervous system, because you are just constantly churning that in your head. And this may go on for a few days, not just for a few minutes, not just for a few hours. Sometimes it goes on for a few days. I know I've been there in the past. Before I had my self-realization, I've been there, always thinking that this is right, what I'm saying is right, and why don't you listen to me? And it is tiring, it is exhausting to impose your ideas onto other people. So if you are there, I see you, I feel you, because I know I've been there. But it is as easy to just let go. It is as easy. But until we have the realization that what I'm doing is tiring, it is exhausting, I am pushing my ideas on other people, I'm not allowing others to express free will. This is the time to remind ourselves that we are here as free beings, all here to experience free will. Even the divine beings above, they don't impose their ideas on us. We are here as free beings. We have our own free will, which means we use that free will with responsibility. Responsibility is a big word. It's a deep word. That every step we take, everything we do, we know that we are responsible for its consequences. Whatever it is that we put forward, the words we speak, the steps we take, they all have consequences. And being responsible means knowing the consequences. So you are here as a free being with a free will. We all have our free will choice. So we are not here to impose our ideas onto anybody. So let others be just as they are. Yes, your ideas may be the most perfect one, may be the right one. But if they are not in agreement with you, not in alignment with you, just step back and say internally, that's okay. I am here expressing my free will. They are here to do the same thing. So I let them. We don't have to agree, but we can still be kind to each other. We don't have to agree, but we can still be kind to each other. This creates a powerful shift within, a perspective shift within, not imposing, but kindness, moving into kindness. So, yes, it is easy to get into anxiety because of the habits of perfectionism. And we get anxious because we want everything to be perfect. But perfect is not about being a certain way that we think we should be. Perfect is just the way it is. Everything is perfect. And so when we allow ourselves that gentleness and that kindness towards ourselves and towards others, you can calm down and the anxiety will begin to dissipate as you shift into this powerful affirmation that I'm going to share with you right now. Whenever you get anxious because you want everything to be perfect, just affirm to yourself, ground yourself in this affirmation. It doesn't have to be right. And if it's really intense, let's say the anger has been triggered within you because of a situation, you're having a conversation with somebody who is not in alignment with you, although what you're saying is right, although what your solution that you're providing is perfect, but he or she is not in alignment with you. But immediately the anger has been triggered within you, the rage has been triggered within you. At that moment, the first step to do, to come back to kindness, because instantly you may not be able to shift into kindness straight away. So the first step to do, the first practice to do, is do a release breath. A big exhale from the belly. And you may not be in such a calm state, and therefore you may have to do it with a little bit more force, and that's okay. You may have to do it in this way because if there's a lot of anger being triggered. And you can do this anywhere, in any situation. Whatever the situation, what's been triggered within you, release that first, because whatever's triggered in you, it's there in your belly energetically. So when you do this release breath, releasing through the mouth, you are letting it go, letting that energy move first so that you can step into kindness. Without this step, you may not be able to jump from anger to kindness straight away. So the practice of releasing the energy from your belly through an exhale through the mouth, long and slow. You can do this once, you can do it 3 times. Depending on how intense the energy has been that was triggered within you, you may have to do it 3 times. And when your exhale becomes calm and long and slow, in this way, you know that you're ready. Your body is in a perfect state to shift into kindness. And sometimes you're in a situation where you're not able to do this right in front of the person. If you're in a public space where, although you can do it anywhere, it doesn't matter. Nobody will know what you're doing. So you can do it anywhere amidst people. I've done it. But if you feel even you don't want to do it in front of people unless they think that I am strange or whatever things we tell ourselves, stories that we tell ourselves, then just you can take yourself away from that place, that space, and take yourself to the nearest place that you can be in. It can be another room, it can be even a toilet, a bathroom that's available everywhere. So whether you're in a workspace, whether you're in a family environment, home, you can do this technique anywhere, in public, anywhere. You can do it anywhere. Just release with your breath. Okay, that anger has been triggered. Before you make a decision from that anger, because that's what often people do, we make a decision from the anger. This person does not agree with my ideas, does not like whatever that I think is right or is perfect. At that moment, I have triggered the anger, and from that anger, I've made the decision. I don't want to see him again. I don't ever want to see her again. I don't want to do this with them anymore. So we jump into that decision making from a place of anger, which isn't the best way for ourselves, because often when we make decisions from anger, there is always regret that comes in, that follows later. So whenever the anger is triggered, because the other person does not get angry, it does not agree with you or align with you, and you're getting anxious because you want them to, you're building up that anxiety within you. You're building up that anger within you, whatever it is that you're building up within. First thing, just do a release breath. And the more you do this, you will automatically get into a habit of this. Your body will just get into a habit that you don't even have to think. After a while, you won't even have to think about it. You'll just automatically do. Every time you're overwhelmed, every time you're angry, every time you're anxious, you will automatically just, as the first step. And we know this. Nobody has to actually teach you this. We know this intrinsically. This is our innate intelligence. When we are overwhelmed, sometimes we just do this. We make that noise, or we do that. We give a big sigh. That is the body's innate intelligence. We know this intrinsically. Everybody knows this. It's nothing special. It's just that we have not been practicing it consciously, and this is what it's about: shifting into a conscious lifestyle and practicing it as a tool, as a life tool, as a spiritual tool, to function in life from this place of knowing. And life gets easier. When you function from a place of knowing, life gets easier. And so you do the release breath, and then you speak the affirmation: I don't have to be right. It doesn't have to be right. Or this does not have to be right, depending on the situation, whatever it is that fits, whether you say I or it or this situation. So however it fits into that particular event that you're experiencing, you say, it doesn't have to be right. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to look perfect. My house does not have to be perfect. And you try it. Next time you feel that perfectionism habit coming in, and kind of like it grips on you, isn't it? Energetically, it's like you have to do it, as if there's an internal voice gripping on you, telling you, no, you have to do it. You have to do it this way. You have to do it that way. When that voice comes in, just close your eyes. Give a big exhale, release breath. Learning to be kinder to myself. Just as we are practicing learning how to be kind to others when they are not in alignment with us, in the same way, learning to be kind towards oneself, to heal that self-judgment, to heal that fear. So whenever you hear that voice, close your eyes. Just for a few moments. It doesn't have to be long. It's only 2-3 minutes. That's all. 3 minutes is all you need. Wherever you are, you can do this. And do a release breath, and then say, I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to be right. This doesn't have to be perfect. This does not have to be right. And you say it with a gentle breath, in a gentle voice that you can hear yourself. Loud enough that you can hear yourself. If you speak it in the mind, it will get lost, because we have about 60,000 thoughts in a day, and it gets lost in that. If we are speaking to ourselves in the mind, if you're just speaking in the head, it gets lost in there. So speak out loud, but gentle, and loud enough so that you can hear yourself, and you can put your hand on your heart, because that's connecting with the heart center. And this is a powerful way of healing any fear, connecting to your heart center. which is the most powerful energy center in your entire energy body system. And just say, this does not have to be right. I don't have to be right. I don't have to be perfect. This does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be perfect. He does not have to be perfect. She does not have to be perfect. You see, sometimes we step into overbearingness of expecting others to be perfect as well, because I consider myself perfect. My partner should be perfect. My children should be perfect. My family should be perfect. My friends should be perfect. We jump into that as well, into other people's spaces. So just stepping back. This teaches us to step back from that, stepping into others' boundaries. They don't have to be perfect. And see how liberating this is. And this is what letting go is about. Letting go is not about lowering your standards or discipline that we think perfectionism is, but it's about coming into this state of freedom, liberating oneself so that you can free yourself from that contraction mode. Because it's really tight. We contract when we want to be so right and need to be so right and need to be perfect all the time. It's stressful. It tightens everything. A lot of tension in it. And tension for a short time is all right. But if we hold that tension for days, weeks, months, and years, then it's not great for the body. So just letting that need to be right, need to be perfect for myself and for others, just letting that go is so liberating. And now that you've liberated yourself, you've let go of that contraction, you can grow, you can expand. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to be in our soul expansion journey. And I'm here to assist and help those, whoever is on the path of spiritual awakening, or just doing life, because it's the same thing. We may call it spiritual awakening, but it's the same thing, really. Everyone is on the path of awakening. It's just a matter of time when we awaken. So this is how we step into kindness for oneself, into healing that fear that I don't have to be right. And be gentle with yourself in this practice. The first time you do it, you may not feel, it may not feel so right, because you have been in that habit of doing everything right and expressing that I am right and you should listen to me in that way, or my life is perfect, or I am perfect and everything has to be perfect. And if it's not perfect, then I am not happy. If it's not perfect, then people will judge me, or I am judging myself. First of all, when I think people are going to judge me, I am judging myself. So you have been in that habit, that contraction, for a very long time. It's tight, and it may take a bit of time to start to open up slowly, 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 and then finally open and expand. So it may take a bit of time where you've been to get to here, to the openness and the kindness, the gentleness with oneself. When we've been in fear and in judgment for a long time, to shift into compassion, into kindness for oneself, into self-love, into self-care. It takes time. So be gentle with yourself. Take the time, whatever time you need. And the more you practice this regularly, it will become easier. Before you know it, very quickly, it will become your natural way of functioning. You will always be functioning from this kindness. No longer need to be perfect, no longer need to be right. You just let go. You can say, yeah, I am right, but it's okay. I don't have to be right for them. I am right for myself. That's good enough. I don't have to be right for them. They don't agree with me. That's fine too. I let that go. Let them be whatever they think. They will find out whatever is right for them in their own time. Everybody's here to express their free will and live in that way. And so The more you do this, the gentler you become with yourself, the more compassionate you become with yourself and with others around you. You will notice the difference in your life. The transformational change in your life that happens, you will notice it, and people will notice around you as well. Your family, your partner, your children, they will notice, and you will feel the change in your body, in your emotional states, in your mental states, and generally in your life. You will feel that. And if you want to go deeper into self-compassion, there's a live session that I did a few days ago, and I have added the link in the description. And there's another one for anxiety as well. If you're experiencing anxiety because of whatever it is that you've been telling yourself and what we put ourselves through, I've added that link as well, so you can enjoy that meditation. It is from the 21-day meditation challenge that I did recently. So it's one of the videos from that playlist. So you can practice that meditation along with this self-inquiry. So when you feel the need to be compassionate with yourself, to be kind towards yourself, you can sit with that meditation and ground this practice into your being. And as you do this internal work, you are creating a perspective shift, a mental shift, an emotional shift from within. So when the shift happens from within, that's how it becomes a lifelong transformation. So I hope that you are going to try it. I trust you're going to try it, and I look forward to hearing from you if you do try it. And before we close the session, I am going to just guide us into a brief meditation to bring a close to the session. So gently close your eyes. I'm inviting you to gently close your eyes and bring your body to a calm state, just to close this session. To remind yourself that you are this kind person, this compassionate person. That if you can be kind towards others, if you can be kind towards your friends, towards your family, you can be kind towards yourself too. You are the most important person for yourself. Because it is only when we fill our cup up can we overflow and fill others automatically. Only when I know how to serve myself from love, from joy, from kindness, can I serve others from that place. I cannot function from fear, from a contracted point of existence, and expect to be of service to others or expect to contribute to any situation in life in a beneficial way for myself or for others. And so I'm learning to move into this mode of expansion, of gently letting go of the need to be perfect. I don't have to be right. I don't have to be perfect. It is all good just as it is. And as I learn to accept myself just the way it is, that's what is going to be projected outwardly. I'm learning to be kind to myself, letting go of the self-judgment, letting go of the fear of what if I am not liked. Coming into this place of acceptance for myself, that it's all good. Everything is good just as it is. Whatever I want to work on, I look at it with awareness in a non-judgmental way. That's what is important. To look at it in a non-judgmental way. Now, often people can get into saying that everything is good just as it is, and just give up and not work on oneself. And that's all right if that's your choice for now. If that's what you feel like for now, that's just fine as it is. That's just good as it is. But sooner or later, we all get onto the path because that's just the way it is. Life is like a conveyor belt. You cannot stop. It has to keep coming and going, coming and going, and coming and going. And so soon we have to start moving. For a short while, yes, you can take a break and try to sit on it, but the belt will push you automatically. The conveyor belt will automatically push you. So you don't have to do anything. Life will automatically move you on your path, whatever growing that needs to be done, because we're all here to grow. We're all here to expand. That is our natural path. That is our natural state of being for everybody. Expansion and growth. Growth journeys, the soul expansion journeys. That's what we are here to do. So whatever it is, it's all good just as it is. But if you're ready now, you've had your realization that the way I'm functioning is just creating a lot of anxiety for myself. I'm just exhausted emotionally and mentally doing what I do, and I want to change. And that is the moment that you are going to, because you have given yourself that permission to do. You have expressed your desire, and once the desire is expressed, then it has to come. The energy of desire brings to us whatever it is that we wish, and the wish is fulfilled. So I'm wishing you well in this journey of coming into kindness, letting go of what is keeping you in contraction, and coming into gentleness, into self-compassion, into self-love, into self-care, and finding out who you truly are as you expand. That's what we're here to do. We're all here to come home to the true self, to the pure divine spirit that we are, the divine pure love, the divine pure joy, pure bliss, and that eternal peace that you are. And with this, I'm bringing a close to this session. Thank you for joining me today, and I will see you soon. Until then, I'm sending you so much love, much blessings.